Viewer, we're glad you're using your free time to watch our channel. The rise of Versace is shown in this movie. Versace rose to fame quickly because one person was in charge of everything, from making products and marketing them to running the business and ensuring they were of high quality. The rise of Versace was terrific. If you like our video, subscribe. Let's start the video for today. Gianni Versace's idea was the start of Versace. Gianni Versace was the only owner of the company for most of its life, and he brought it to fame. He left Santi and Donatella in charge of the business, even though he had only been in business for a few years. CFO Donatella, just look at the things Versace sells to see how expensive they are. The basics from Versace can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. All of the handbags on the Versace website cost at least USD 2,000. Many blogs have talked about Versace's most expensive items in the past few years. If a higher price keeps more people from buying a product, it may become even rarer. It's essential to know how many people own luxury brands. As less of it is available, its value goes up. Like most high-end brands, Versace sells on quality. Versace quickly became a fashion icon worldwide because of its unique blend of high-end classics and theatrical creations that broke fashion rules. Versace designs are amazing. Most things have signs that draw your attention. Versace is different from other fashion houses because it doesn't follow the rules. So, the logo of an Italian company is the head of Medusa. Gianni made Medusa his business logo because she was so well known. She was fascinating. He thought that everyone would like his ideas. Two brands of Versace have different prices. Versace Jeans Couture mixes high fashion with streetwear. Versace, on the other hand, only makes clothes that look good on the catwalk. Items with the Versace name cost a lot more in stores. Versace Jeans Couture is for young people who want to stand out. Versace's strange colors, patterns, and glitter make it stand out. Designs differ. The clothes on the catwalk also told stories. Dresses by Versace always used cutting-edge fabrics, which added to their elegance and helped explain why they cost so much. Now, Versace makes a lot more than just dresses. The company also makes beautiful jewelry and designs the inside of a book that was only made in a few copies. Versace owned the Augusta, a Lamborghini Murcielago Westland helicopter, and a chain of luxury hotels called Palazzo Versace. The architecture of these hotels was beautiful, and the service was top-notch. Because of these things, Versace was a trusted brand. Celebrities as brand ambassadors for high-end fashion lines are a great way to get the word out, but they are often the only way, even more so for high-end businesses. If your favorite actress, socialite, business leader, or singer wears a product, you can bet it's good. Gianni Versace and Donatella knew that to be successful, and they needed to work with well-known people. Elizabeth Hurley wore a black Versace dress in 1994 that interested people worldwide in the brand. Liz Hurley's success in 1994 is also said to have been due to the safety pin dress by Versace. Versace made the dress. It needs to be clarified why the costume made Gianni Versace's office more productive. Even though we don't have proof, Versace has a lot of ties to companies like these. In any case, the fees are added to the price of an item that Versace is selling to figure out the item's total cost, which is the item's price plus the fees. The label "Made in Italy" is used by Versace, but it means a lot more than that. Since the 11th century, Italy has been one of the best places in the world for high-quality craftsmanship, sharp tailoring, and high-end design. This has been the country's reputation for a long time. Making popular goods in this country and selling worldwide have been essential for economic growth. Julia recently joined this well-known group. Leipa shows how the label can be both risky and classy. Marcus Pigot shouldn't have taken pictures of her, but he did. Even though she believed in the company, it took her a long time to be seen as its face in public. Leipa's stylist, Lorenzo Possocco, gave her outfit some Versace touches. Bondage is used on bustiers and brocade designs. She is a risk-taking pop queen, as shown by her gold safety pins and other accessories. She puts them on. Julia's choice to work for Versace was a good one because she was one of the most famous people in the world and could help the fashion house reach out to younger customers through advertising. Gianni and his brothers took care of everything until 1997, when a serial killer killed him in Miami. Psychopaths killed Gianni. Everything was made and sold in Italy. Even after he died, this kept going on. Most of Versace's clothes are made in Italy, from designing to putting together. Only a few essential goods, like denim, are brought in from other countries, most of which are in Eastern Europe. Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci, and Tom Ford are all companies that make and sell clothes. This means you'll spend a lot of money on something that will last a long time, but you should only live there if you speak Italian. It's hard for fashion companies from elsewhere than Italy to talk to these designers. This hurts the success of the company. In an interview, Donatello Versace, who started the fashion company Versace, said that being made in Italy meant being on the cutting edge of both fashion and creative ideas. This is what Donatello said it told for something to be made in Italy. This shows that the objects, materials, and craftsmanship were of the highest quality when they looked for things made in Italy. Because of this, almost everyone only looks for something made in Italy. During the same interview, she said, "I have tailors on my team who have been with us for decades and are now teaching the younger ones some of their skills, like how to build a dress from a sketch, embroidery, draping, etc. These tailors teach the younger people on her crew how to do their jobs. These experienced tailors are now leading the younger people who work for her through what they know." She then said that Versace is one of the few brands that screen Italy to the rest of the world, and that it is one of those brands. "My interest in Italy's past started when I was a young child and has only grown since then. It is essential to the Versace brand because that is where its images, culture, and craftsmanship were first made. This is one reason why it is necessary for the Versace brand. We can't keep living in the past. That should be clear. So, we're researching the book now and will continue to do so in the future. It's scary to think that we might have to rewrite our rules and use what came before to make something completely new." The Versace brand is associated with being brave, not following the rules, and going to new places. Versace clothes are flashy, bright, and sometimes even annoying. Elizabeth Hurley says that the clothes that Versace makes for women don't try to hide their best features, but rather bring them out. In the years since Gianni Versace's death, a version of feminism that is both seductive and aggressive has gotten a lot of attention and support. When Italian designers are hired for a project, the cost of hiring them usually goes through the roof. Donatello Versace has done a great job of bringing the Versace brand into the 21st century while keeping the same basic ideas. When going to formal events like movie premieres and award ceremonies, stars, socialites, and the girlfriends of celebrities who want to boost their careers wear dresses made by Versace. Not only are Versace's clothes costly, but did you know that the company has been around for a long time? Which product from a particular brand do you want to know more about, and why? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you're going to watch more movies that will help you succeed in business, check out our channel. If you liked our video and share it, that would mean a lot to us. Please don't forget to sign up for our channel.